Hi everyone, it's Winnie here. Thank you for tuning in to Money DNA, your trusted family finance coach, and bring you everything about money and beyond money concept in life. So, money is energy, and that is the reason why we are creating this money and energy series to bring you all the tips and tips to navigate the current situation and navigate the current energy in life and manifest your desired life. And I got our favorite energy coach, Kelly Hope from the Hope Approach with us today. Kelly, how are you?
Hi, I'm super excited. Thanks, Winnie, for having me again.
Perfect. So, Kelly, I remember last time in April, you actually mentioned to us that April is the goal setting time. So, whatever you want to manifest in your life, especially in 2022, the best time for you to do is actually just sit down and nail down all the nitty gritty things in a piece of paper and then starting to have some action plans in place in April. So, what are we going to expect in May then?
Well, that's exactly that. So hopefully you've had two chances in April because you had two new moons to make sure that you nailed those goals. Because in May, we're going into eclipse season. So eclipse season is when the sun and the moon are together at once. So it looks quite dark in the sky instead of that bright moon that we normally see. So thinking about that, thinking about two things forming together. And how does that actually go for you? Being aware of what you want and what you're actually doing to get to those goals, right? We're talking about goals. We set those goals, but what are we actually doing to get to those goals? And there's so much beautiful, magical energy in the start of May. We've got Jupiter and Pluto, the third big astrological event, which will be the first couple of days. We've got a full moon eclipse on the 16th. Really great time to breathe out. Just okay, have trust in yourself that your goals and what you're doing for those goals are going to come to fruition. We've got a new moon on the 30th, but we also have our first proper Mercury retrograde. So the shadow will start quite in a couple of days actually. And that's a really good time to anything with RE in it. So redo your budgets, review your goals, research. Maybe not the greatest time to actually invest in anything. You know, that's not the greatest time, but definitely research what you want to do, revisit, recontact old clients, anything old. You know, if a client comes up in your head or a friend or something comes up in your head, revisit them, recontact them, give them a little message or some love. Yep. So everything RE. Redo, revisit, research, all of that sort of stuff is in Mercury retrograde. So that's 10th of May until the 2nd of June. The shadows will be either side. Mercury is also the planet of communication. And so if you think about a planet going backwards, sometimes your communication might not be right on task. Yep. It's also the planet of technology. Back up your phones and your laptops, love, because I tell you now, you will probably break it. Like, you know, your vacuum cleaner might break, or your washing machine, or anything technological. You might lose your keys. Where are those keys? Where have I lost my keys? Those sort of things happen a lot in Mercury retrograde because things are going backwards instead of forwards. Right. So definitely nothing new. We did new already. We did our goals. We did new already. April and lots of February was quite new as well. What do we want to do? Where do we want to go? May is that time to commit. Okay, what are we doing and how are we acting in that? You know?
Yep. I actually quite like this idea. So if I recall what we discussed before, March is pretty much just set the intention, and then April is trying to have that action plan set in place, and then now you're talking about May is more about setting this commitment. So commitment is do the work, looking at our surroundings and see if all the things around us are aligned with what we want to achieve. And at the same time, you also said that we need to trust ourselves and then make sure that we communicate with ourselves and also with the important ones in our life. I also love about those three Re's as a research and reconnect. So did you just say that maybe May, obviously they are going to have a lot of works to do, but it's not going to be so much about doing some new investment or new exploration, but it's more about doing the research. Am I right about saying that?
Yeah, definitely. Nothing new. I wouldn't be signing contracts in May. I wouldn't be, unless you've already been working on it. Unless you've started something in March and April, and this is just the finalised. Yeah. That's fine. But I wouldn't go and find a house on the 10th of May and buy it on the 10th of May. I'd actually wait until June, because you'll actually see that. You might see it differently. I wouldn't, during the research and the redo, I wouldn't be focusing your attention on new clients. I would be reconnecting with the old clients. Yep. I would be researching your investment properties or your investments into crypto or whatever, but I wouldn't be diving into something new. I wouldn't be, shelling out a lot of money for a brand new computer or something. Yep. Because it might die, or it might be faulty or something. Don't buy a new dishwasher, because it will probably break in 2 months. Yeah. Or if you are going to get that extra extended warranty.
Yeah. And I guess that one of the reasons we create this Money and Energy series is give people the reference of, the best way for you to do is actually work around your energy so that you can manifest things without effort. So, of course, if you do find that this is going to be sometime you need to make some commitment, go for it. We're not saying that, you have to stop it. But if you're acting as a fear of loss, or feel like missing out, maybe this month is not going to be the best time for you to jump into anything that you are not familiar with.
Exactly. If you've already started, it's a great time to review it, to research it, to redo it, to touch it up, to commit, to plan. So but it's not a great time to do anything brand new. I would get married and commit, but I wouldn't have a new relationship.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Marriage and commitment, great, fine, because you're already there. You've already made that commitment in your head and your heart and your soul.
Yep.
Fine. But I wouldn't start a new relationship with somebody in those sort of months, especially not in May.
And also, when we're talking about communication, I probably also wanted to bring out that since this month is all about communication, then maybe it's a good time for you to talk about money, having some money talk, and then really learn about some techniques, of course, from the counselors or from the coach, to know about what will be the healthy way to communicate about money so that you are going to manifest the life together.
Yeah, exactly. That communication. And actually, if we had already put our goals down in April and we haven't quite told our partner or our kids or our boss maybe, or whoever it is, if we haven't quite communicated those goals, it's a really good time to review them and communicate with love in your heart instead of fear in your heart.
So can I just say that if someone is running their own business, it would be the perfect time for them to review their client data, but probably it's not going to expand another, I guess, like a product line or expand another.
I wouldn't be launching I wouldn't be launching a new product. I would be reviewing my website and updating it and maybe putting new photos or something on there. That's fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be adding new things. I wouldn't be launching a new business or a new program yet. I'd wait until we're out of that Mercury shadow. Yep. But do the work on it, definitely. Finish it off. Make sure it's perfect. Make sure it's what you want. Definitely. Get ready. Do the plan. Get ready. And so when I say launch, you're ready to go. You don't want to be working on it when I tell you to go. You want to be running. You want to be like the athlete on the training track. You're the training right now. You're training and training and training. And then when the stars and the moons align, all of a sudden when I say, okay, it's time to launch, you're like, the starter's gun's gone off and you're already running the race. It's that mental capacity where it doesn't feel like it has to be hard work. Yeah. But redo, rethink, revisit, everything RE.
Okay. Then what about the other scenario? We do have quite a bit of audience and followers who are actually running doing some work as a full-time workers or two-income earners. Would that be the perfect time for them to ask for a raise, or would that be a perfect time for them to even consider resignation, join the other clubs?
Yeah, that's a really good question, to tell you the truth, because RE is resignation, isn't it? So isn't that funny? And finishing old business might be that. You might do that in Mercury retrograde. in my head though, I go straight to, well, what's next though? And whatever's next, if you're changing jobs in Mercury retrograde, the job that you're going to might not seem as great in June and July as it did in May. You might get there and go, this is not what I thought it was going to be, because we've been under the retrograde of Mercury, which is communication and technology. So it might look great in May, but in June you'll be like, oh, thank God I didn't do that because X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. So I guess that if someone who is having some job commitment at the moment, of course, just master that and also perfect what you do. You can even ask for a raise if you want to, or even have a little bit of promotion, whatever that might be, if you can even seek for it. But if you are considering about join the other group of people for that great resignation, maybe you need to sit tight for a little bit longer. And if you are thinking about having a side hustle, maybe just do a little bit of research on whether that will be perfect for you or not.
So, I would not be launching any side hustles right now. I would be waiting until late June, July, when I sort of give you some more information. But still do your research, review it. What if that side hustle is, I don't know, a kid's birthday party event planning? Go and have a look at your competition. Go and have a look at what's going on. You know, go and attend one of the events that your competitors or are doing, or whatever it is. Review, research, redo your websites.
Yeah, so I guess that my pickup for this month is all about communication and trust yourself. And then, of course, doing those reads, and then instead of just rush into something, let's just sit tight and wait for the next wave. So what will be the final words for you then?
Breathing out. So really making sure that in Mercury retrograde, we are giving ourselves time, really being aware of what we're doing with our goals, making sure that we're working towards the goals and not away from our goals, and just giving yourself time. Just give yourself breath.
Yeah, that is so important. With all the energies and also the oxygen coming into your brain, it actually is going to activate your frontal lobe, so that you are going to bring some logic and analyze into your life. So thank you so much for your sharing today, Kelly. And I think that if you like what we share, or you think someone may benefit from what we share today, please like and share and subscribe our channel. And if you have any questions or would like to have a free consultation with me or Kelly, please also look at the contact detail below. And of course, any questions that you would like to ask us, please feel free to leave any comments on the comment section. So thank you so much for joining us, and please keep you healthy and fit. We'll see you next time. Bye.